was the last time you told somebody how you really feel? You know, people come in past you going, "Hey, how you doing?" You're going, "I'm fine. I'm great. How about you?" Or, "I'm really busy right now." Not those canned responses that we do a lot, but the truth. I mean, I think we've become really good at looking connected while quietly carrying ourselves by ourselves, right? Just kind of handling life by ourselves and not reaching out and talking to people about what's really happening. It's so easy to get caught in that rut. Hey, I'm Cheryl. This is Coffee, Chaos, and Grace, and that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about how ironic it is that we have so many ways of connecting with people and we don't. Well, not honestly, right? I remember back, and okay, this is dating me, but hopefully, y'all will get this. And if not, then you're probably my kids' age. When I grew up, we had a party line to our house, right? Our phone line was a party line, which meant that if the neighbor was talking to somebody on the phone, first of all, you could quietly listen to what they were saying. I know, crazy, right? But you also had to wait for them to get off of the phone before you could get on the phone, before you could call someone. And I don't know, there's a lot of people who cannot relate to that at all, right? But yeah, that's how it was. And so when I was a teenager, especially, I remember my neighbor getting on the phone and going, Cheryl, can you get off the phone, please? Because we've been waiting for, half hour or something. And sure, Mrs. So-and-so, yeah, I'll get off the phone. Yeah. It was very, very different. I mean, now we can text anyone, right? When I was in Ireland just recently, right, I took this solo trip by myself to Ireland with a bunch of other people who were there solo as well. But I could video call with my daughter and say hello to my dogs from the other side of the world, right? Crazy that we can communicate so easily now. I mean, if you look at, well, it's not as bad anymore, but social media where, we used to see what everybody had for dinner. Yeah, we could do that. But so many people still feel so deeply alone, right? Because they don't have the connections, or they don't feel like they have the connections that are needed in order to feel seen, to feel known to people. And for me, I know retirement. I stayed retired, like I retired from teaching back in 2023, and I stayed retired for about a month before I went to work full time as a real estate agent, because I needed that community. I couldn't stand just sitting around not really doing anything. I mean, and it was, for me, it was still summer, so I was kind of used to that. But even when I was teaching, I taught summer school so that I'd have a much smaller time off, and that was for vacationing with my family and stuff, right? So I needed to have that kind of, I don't know, daily stimulus, like really being able to be with people on a daily basis. What I've noticed is that independence is a great thing. It really is. But I think that a lot of times people feel like they're independent, but it gets to a point where you're really lonely, where you really need somebody around you who can be there for you, right? Not trying to handle everything on your own. That is not what we are here for on this earth. And so it isn't like that you need 100 friends, because you don't, but you do need those quality friends who will just like notice things, right? Notice when you're being quiet, or celebrate things with you that are happening that are awesome, or sit with you when you have hard moments. Just remind you of who you are when you have a tendency to forget who you are. Not literally, but I mean, just kind of get lost in the loneliness of being alone, being by yourself. So I just wanted to come to you today and say that if you are out there and you are trying to be strong by doing everything on your own, I really want to encourage you. Call your friend. Okay? Call your friend, join a group, send a text, invite somebody to coffee, ask for help. Okay? Because we are meant to share life with others. We are very much a social being, and we cannot survive if we try to do everything on our own. That's honestly part of the reason why I started this channel. I know that there are people out there who feel alone, who feel like they don't have anybody who they can talk to, who will listen to them, who will commiserate with them, right? Say, no, I'm feeling exactly the same way. I'm going through the same things that you are. There are so many of us out there, okay? And I just want you to be embraced here. Join this community. If you would please look at commenting, okay? Let me know in the comments what's one relationship that's really made a difference in your life. Like, what's made a difference for the positive? Okay, maybe even what's made a difference for the negative. Let's talk about nurturing those relationships that are really good for us, okay? Really hanging on to them. And again, if somebody is struggling, if you are a part of this community and you want to encourage them in the comments as well, I ask that you do that. First of all, it's going to help that person. But secondly, the blessings of just encouraging that person will come back to you. They just will, because your heart and your mind are in the right place, and you are just loving on people. And that can make all the difference in the world in your life. All right. Oh, I hope that made sense. Thank you so much for being with me today. I really appreciate you. Hey, check out the description below, because there is a link to our Facebook page if you'd like to join us there too. I do put some of these videos up in there every now and then, but really I just try to come up with things that I'm thinking about that day, or just questions that I'm asking of you. And I'd love it if you participate there too. Okay. All right. Well, thanks again so much for being with me today. If you're new to this channel, welcome, welcome. And if you've been with me for a while, I appreciate you more than you even know. Thank you again. And until tomorrow, give yourself some grace today. Thanks. Have a good one. Bye.